In the clean energy competition, the development space of roof solar energy in China may be much larger than that in the United States. China has 75% more rooftop space for solar panels than the United States, but its more sparsely populated regions remain better suited to large-scale solar farms, according to a Chinese government study. There are a few requirements for installing solar panels on a roof. In the northern hemisphere, they should not face north, and the roof should not be too steep, shaded by trees, or likely to be covered by snow for too long. Given that, researchers at the Ministry of Natural Resources in Beijing estimate that solar panels could only be installed on about 11% of rooftops across China. Still, they found that the combined area of those rooftops was more than 14,000 square kilometers, or 3/4 more than the area available for solar panels in the United States. Xinjiang's solar industry needs a rare form of quartz, and the US is selling. In China, most roofs that could be used for solar panels to generate renewable energy are located in developed areas along the East Coast. Given their high population densities and thriving economies, these areas also have the incentive and ability to install solar panels on existing or new buildings on a large scale, and in a relatively short time, according to the researchers led by Zhang Tao, a senior remote sensing engineer at the ministry. The team published their study findings in the peer-reviewed journal Strategic Study of Chinese Academy of Engineering. Last week, they said installing rooftop solar panels would play an important role to make China carbon neutral by 2060. The long-term target set by Beijing. China gets more than 60% of its electricity from coal-fired power at present. Rooftop solar panels are also a key part of the clean energy drive in the United States, where more than 80% of the population lives in cities and urban areas have expanded faster than anywhere else on the planet in the past 20 years. The U.S. Department of Energy estimated in 2016 that the country had about 8,000 square kilometers of rooftops suitable for solar panels, and if installed they could generate some 1.4 terawatt-hours of electricity per year, nearly 40% of the total demand. China and the United States, the world's two biggest greenhouse gas emitters, agreed to boost cooperation on climate action, including the transition to clean energy, at last month's COP26 summit in Glasgow. But the two rivals are also competing on developing green energy technology. For the study, Zhang's team in Beijing used artificial intelligence to come up with the estimates, training the AI with a large amount of data collected by China's high-definition Earth observation satellite network last year. It took a few months before the AI could identify roofs suitable for solar panels in different parts of the country, which it then did with more than 80% accuracy, according to the researchers. They suggested solar panel installation should start in 8 provinces, it the largest area of suitable rooftops and the highest population density. 3 provinces, Jiangsu, Shandong, and Guangdong, account for 30% of the national total, they said. The potential is huge. The researchers said China's more remote and less populated regions, like Xinjiang and Tibet in the west and Gansu in the northwest, would be more suited to large-scale solar farms. Most of the country's solar power was produced at these large-scale facilities until 2014, when subsidies and low-interest loans were introduced to encourage take-up of rooftop solar panels. That has seen a rapid rise in solar panel-generated power. It contributed about a third of the country's total installed solar capacity last year. Another study, from the Ministry of Housing and Urban Rural Development in June, estimated that solar panels on the rooftops of public buildings in China alone could generate nearly 370 gigawatts of electricity by 2025. China produces about 80% of the world's solar panels, and as technology has improved and the scale of production has increased, the price of solar power has dropped by nearly 90% over the last decade. At some solar farms in China, the production cost is now 0.1 to 0.2 yuan per kilowatt-hour, cheaper than coal-fired power plants, according to Chinese media reports. China targets sandy, rocky reaches in solar and wind power push. While there may be plenty of untapped potential on rooftops across China, an official with the National Energy Administration in Beijing cautioned that there were many challenges when it came to installing solar panels. Air pollution can have a negative impact, and some people don't want panels on their homes because the installation process can damage the roof and cause leaks, said the official, who declined to be named because he was not authorized to speak to the media. Some farmers are also unhappy because they cannot repay loans from the electricity produced. We have many difficult problems to solve.